So many of you know and heard about the UPSKILLS project. Together with my colleague from Maya from University of Bologna, we prepared a short presentation to give you an update on the developments. So UPSKILLS, in UPSKILLS we try to develop a set of learning content and also guidelines to help teachers teaching in linguistics and language programs, let's say, increase the upskills themselves, basically, right? And acquire more digital skills, including teaching them how to use open science research infrastructures. So one of the roles in the project that CLARIN had was to raise awareness about open science and fair data principles. Some of the teachers in the consortium partners, they were aware about these principles, but they didn't really know how to integrate these principles in classroom teaching and make it teach them in an easy way to students. So we developed some kind of, let's say, profile for the so-called language data and project specialists. And we tried to map existing knowledge, the required knowledge, skills, and competencies that such a specialist would need at the end of the studies, right? And we did that based on market survey. We analyzed job descriptions. We built a corpus. University of Bologna, at the end of the project, they even developed a very nice survey. You will find the link here for their students, master students, to help them understand what their current skills and which career path they would like to take at the end of the studies. It's a very nice survey. So what we did, so we contributed to the data-oriented and also, so basically we used the examples from the CLARIN research infrastructures and services to show students how to collect, manage, curate, and analyze language data with the help of our services. We developed a course, Introduction to Language Data Standards and Repositories, which was also very much inspired by the Handbook of Linguistic Data Management. As well, the courses, all the materials are still available on Moodle. Teachers are using them, basically exporting the Moodle courses and uploading them to their institutional repositories. So that's a good positive outcome that the project still has an impact after the end. And 2 years later, speaking about how time-consuming it is and how long it takes to convince your institutional, let's say, I don't know, directors to approve a change in the current curriculum. So 2 years later, the University of Bologna managed to revise their curriculum and include several UPSKILLS-related curricular components. So they developed a new BA on language and technologies for intercultural communication, where they teach computational thinking, text processing, and research language, and also an MA in specialized translation and technologies, where again they have courses on corpus linguistics, natural language processes, and language data analysis. So all these topics, actually they're very suitable to include CLARIN content. We were invited to give some guest lectures in the text processing course, where students were learning how to build the corpus from scratch. And we showed them how to use the VLO to find already digitalized text collections, to download them and build a corpus with them. We also showed them the federated content search, which they also found useful. Also interesting resource families of corpora, parallel corpora, academic corpora. And they were quite surprised because a lot of stuff, I don't know if you take time to go to the resource families, but there's a lot of hidden good quality stuff in there that you could use in the classroom. The teacher was teaching the students starting from specific research questions And the students found, I don't know, a Finnish corpus giving them the answer. And it was also very helpful that a concordance was already available there, and the students were able to explore it and find some answers there. So I got really positive reactions from the teachers, also from the teachers themselves. We didn't know CLARIN much. Okay, so we had some guest lectures. So we gave an introduction to CLARIN, we gave an overview of our data principles, and there we basically, together with Giuseppe Donese, we found some existing corpora available on the websites, and we asked the students to do a fair assessment, a very basic fair assessment, just to make them understand why is it so important to be aware about these principles and take them into consideration when you develop your own resources. Yes, and then we also gave a brief demonstration about this depositing workflow in the CLARIN Italian repository, and highlighted. Also, we had some interesting discussions with PhD students and staff about related to corpus data depositing, especially issues related to handling speech data. We put the students in contact with Henk, who also helped a little bit. So this is how we tried to make the best out of this exchange, collaboration experience. And then, based on this teaching experience, Maya and also Silvia Bernardini and Adriano, they have a great team there at University of Bologna. We said, why don't we try to build some kind of a conceptual framework listing CLARIN learning outcomes that that teachers could possibly use, like a checklist, a simple checklist. Okay, these are the outcomes. Where would they fit in my curriculum or my classes, or where would they align with the goals that they want to teach? So we had a proposal at the CLARIN 2025, and it was accepted. So now we tried to complete the paper, finish the paper based on the great feedback from the community, and it will be published soon in the post proceedings. And we invite the community, you basically, to help evaluate this conceptual framework, also in one of the group discussions, and let us know if you find it useful. So basically, we try to outline these possible topics, also identify specific learning objectives at each level. And then the next step would be to also try to identify existing teaching materials that could be reused in the classroom and at different levels.